Yahal Halal, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. I'd like to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the teachers, elders, and apostles of Great Millstone. Also to you brothers out there that putting on this truth, feeding the sheep daily, edifying the hopefully elect of Israel. And to you brothers and sisters that are tuning in, Shalom. And today, we're going to go into some scriptures today because what is going to be taking place here in Great Babylon, these people are quite unaware of the great danger that we're in. Now, there's a lot of temptation that's going on here, even amongst us, those of us who are the circumcised, and all of those of us who are part of the hopefully elect, okay? And these are great times of tribulation and trouble. But when you look around here, and I'm coming to you from El Paso, Texas, and this is a part of El Paso, known as East El Paso, okay, where these people, this is kind of like the Beverly Hills of El Paso. So a lot of people around here, they do have money. A lot of people move from California. These are the different places around here, and they live in this great life. But they don't understand what's actually taking place here in Great Babylon right now, because they don't understand that this devil, okay, who is a so-called white man, if you don't have an identity of who the devil really is and how that works, the fact that the devil, who is a so-called white man that works for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai on the left, is doing great works here that is going to bring around the great tribulation, not only for Jacob's trouble, but also for the rest of these nations who are going to go through these 21 judgments that's going to go through. So right now, I did a lesson the other day, which was actually going on the seal judgment, which is right now what is called the black horse. And the black horse represents famine, because this black horse carrying a pair of scales in his hands. Okay, and this pair of scales is a balance of between the wealthy and the poor, and you can have the extreme measure. That's the reason why I talk about, roughly fair paraphrasing, don't hurt the oil, okay? But these poor people don't understand that right now, as part of this tribulation that we're going through right here with the black horse, okay, this place is going to get some major judgment. So let's go. First, we're going to start off in the book of Amos here, and this is the book of Amos. This is the book of Amos 5 and 18. So let's go into the book of Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. In the book of Amos chapter 5 verse 18 it says, verse 18, and it says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, who the world ignorantly called God and Jesus. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, is darkness and not light." Now, you always see in these Baptist church and all these other denomination church here, in particular, you know, you Issacharites, okay, you so-called Latinos, okay, you like to worship, okay, the Virgin Mary and Caesar Borgia, okay, and so what they always sing, you know, what a day of rejoicing that's going to be when we all meet Jesus. We will sing in sweet and song of victory. No, you're not going to be singing song of victory. You're going to be lamentating, and you're going to be in absolute horror and fear, because if you are not part of that hopefully left, you're going to be put to damn death, okay, because you choose to stay here in this wicked kingdom, okay, worshiping the most abominable things in this place. And what do we have in this place this month? It's called the LGBTQ Coalition, the Alphabet Soup Month, okay, known as Pride Month. And who's the most proudest man on this earth? The so-called doggone white man, okay? And it says, "As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him." That means what? If you do not have the covering of Yahushua and Mashiach, if you're not in the house of David, you're going to be destroyed. Plain and simple, okay? You can either choose the gun or you can choose the knife. How do you want to, however it's going to be, it's going to equal to death. And that's what you people don't understand here. Is that there's great judgment that's going to be coming to this place, okay? But people want to doggone stand up there. You want to party. You want to punch and be wicked, okay? And you don't want to repent, because guess what? Why would you? Yahushua and Mashiach raised men like us to confound you people. Why? When you drive by in your sports car and your nice car, and you look at me, it's like, wow, there's that little black nigga out there just talking, and they don't even know what I'm talking about, nor do they care. There's a lot of parking space here for you to pull over, and it says, "Shall not the day of the Lord, Yahushua and Mashiach, Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakakadash, be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it," okay? So Yahushua Mashiach is not returning, okay, to gather everybody and take them into heaven, where little winged angels, little white, little gay, little winged angels are gonna rub your back and bring grapes to you and you can have these little, they call them cherubs, okay? They're gonna rub your back and bring grapes to you, and you know, do as thou will here on this earth, and everything is gonna be over. All you have to do is say, I believe, okay, and forgive me for all my sins. You know, I've been sinning for the last 60 years. I believe, forgive me for all of my sins, and it's gonna work like that. So Christianity is a hell of a drug, okay? And if you actually buy into it, you're going to be doomed. Let's go into Amos 9. Okay, this is the book of Amos 9. Okay, this is Amos chapter 9. Now, originally I was going to go someplace else. I actually go do this camp, but when I went there, the gate was closed. So guess what? You have to do the will of Yahushua and Mashiach. Okay, you know, the Spirit was on me like, oh, you know, just go in the corner and go do a camp today. But the gate happens to be closed, and guess what? I'm back here in my usual spot that I picked out here, which is where all the traffic is going to go. Because why? We're supposed to be, okay, kind of like that thing that everybody sees in public, okay, that they have the ability to mark us. So this is the book of Amos chapter 9, starting with verse 8, and it says, behold, the eyes of the Lord God are upon the sinful kingdom. And what sinful kingdom is this talking about? The sinful kingdom this is talking about is the kingdom, okay, of Edom. Edom is a sinful kingdom, okay? Edom, okay, is the empire that has what is known as the European Union, okay, and what is known as America, the United States of America, Canada, Australia, and all these other countries, okay, these vagabond countries that are really actually a part of the Edom, okay, which is the kingdom of Edom, which is what belongs to the Edomites, Esau, okay, and it says, and I will destroy it from the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, said the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach. So guess what? This place is sanctioned to destruction. All you people walking around, driving around that think that you have a future here in Great Babylon, America, you have a rude awakening coming to you. And what that rude awakening is simply this. You're going to wake up one day to the most horrible situation that you could ever imagine. Because Yahushua Mashiach knows exactly what your greatest fear is. Whether that could be losing your house, okay, whether your pet, whether that could be you women who are going to be terrorized and maybe raped, okay, or I don't know, or should say you men out there who actually may be afraid of being sodomized, okay, losing your face and your status here in this wicked kingdom. I have news for you. It is going to be destroyed, so you don't have to worry about that. And it says, for lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Now, what is he talking about when he said he's going to sift the house of Israel? Okay, we are scattered across the four corners of this earth. And being scattered across the four corners of this earth, it means what? That we have learned the ways of these wicked other heathen nations. Okay? So you can come into this truth, you can pretend like you actually believe, you can come into this truth, you might know that you are actually a Hebrew Israelite. You might actually know that you're a part of a great nation that is going to soon be ruling this earth. But yet still, okay, you are following the ways of the heathen nations. So Yahushua Mashiach is going to sift. Okay, he's going to sift until he's got what he wants, which is perfection. And that is what Yahushua Mashiach is seeking, is perfection. He's not seeking, okay, soiled, okay, defiled spirit and vile spirit that choose to stay here. Now, we in this flesh, and this flesh is weak, okay? I mean, we have spirits that come on us, and I'm going to go later on into those type of spirits that's going to come on us, because this truth, being in this truth, there's a double-edged sword to this truth, and that is true. It goes in sweet, and you understand who you are, and that was a relief, because the truth does set you free. But at the same time, too, it also educates you and also lets you know what you cannot do, so that old man you that would go out into the world and go do things that is going to, you know, maybe damage the image of the ministry, things like what Sakari and those are doing, you know, arming themselves, or you being that person that's going to go there and, you know, physically take vengeance on someone that has disrespected you, maybe rip you off for some money, or done something that is just, you know, they step into your space, okay? And so that's the reason why we are told, okay, that we have to put away the old man. You cannot wear new clothing on a filthy body. And that's where we are right now. We're being cleansed in the spirit. Okay? So that's the reason why these are part of that tribulation that we have to go through in this wicked kingdom. Okay? Because Babylon is full of snares and tears, and this is that great sifting that's coming true. I got news for you, okay? Because right now, according to some news feed that's going on right now, these cops in these different states, in these different precincts, in these towns, are not going to be responding to 911 call because guess what? The gas price is so high. Remember, there's a budget for every town and there's a budget also for every city and every state. And so right now they're running out of this budget because right now what used to cost $30 to fill a tank, you know, interceptor tank, is now costing $150. So now they're going to decide, okay, based on priority, who they're going to respond to. What does that mean? Well, once that gets around to everybody and they realize that there's no help coming, that's going to be a great, you know, dismay for those who depend on this protection, on the protection from Esau. But not only that, it's going to become an opportunity for those who actually don't give a crap about the law or don't care or who are opportunists. All right? So this is all intentionally done. I'm also going to bring on some other news, okay, in regards to that. So let's pay attention to that and look at it. This is the book of Proverbs 18 and 12. Okay? We're going to go into the book of Proverbs 18 and 12. Salakia, because again, I'm using the actual physical Bible for now, because when you use the apps, okay, sometimes people look and they go, well, why don't you have an actual physical Bible? So we're going to look at the book of Proverbs here, and it does take a while to look for this stuff here because I'm used to using apps here, so just bear with me here. So I found it, okay, and I did mark this book up a lot. So the book of Proverbs, this is the book of Proverbs 18 and 12. Okay, this is the book of Proverbs 18 and 12. Proverbs 18 and 12. And Salakia, hold on. Just bear with me. Okay, so we've got Proverbs. So we got the book of Proverbs 18 and 12. And it says, before destruction, the heart of man is hardy, and before dishonor is humility. Okay? Now, what is that talking about? Who is the hardy? The hardy is Esau, the so-called white man. That's the hardy man. Okay? But there's a lot of you jakes that are hardy too. A lot of you jakes, okay, who have your hands in your pocket, you know, jingling the change that Esau gave you, proud of what you have accomplished here. Okay, the fact that you actually was able to rise out of the ghetto and the barrios here in Great Babylon, America, and able to sit at the table of your wicked, evil slave master, the so-called white man Esau. Okay, the fact that you actually, you know, have some food on your table, that makes you a very hardy person. And you can see that with the people like Charles Barkley, you know, Shaquille O'Neal. Even Michael Jackson, when he was alive, was that way. So much so that he actually changed the color of his skin, because he didn't even like the fact that he looked like a man, which was with that nice nose that Yahushua and Mashiach gave him, and also that nice toned skin that can stand the great heat. Right now it's 100 degrees. Am I burnt? No, because my skin is superior. All right, but that hardiness is going to come before destruction. You people who think your life is so great are going to be in for a shock. Okay, Jamaica right now made the CBC, what is it, the CDC or the CBC? Okay, that digital currency right now, that is the first country right now, and it's weird. It's weird that the tribe of Benjamin, Jamaicans, the tribe of Benjamin is the first. Now, why did Esau pick Jamaica? When you look at it like that, you have from the house of Judah, you have Levi, you have Benjamin, and you have Judah. All make up the house of Judah, right? The Jews, the true Jews of the Bible, the dark-skinned Negroes. Okay, and yet still one of our nations, okay, one of the nations on this earth that hosts a lot of our Jew people, okay, our true Hebrew Israelites, decided that they would actually do as Esau says. They engaged with Esau, which means they sold the people out to Esau down there. Why couldn't it be Canada? Why couldn't it be some European country? Why did it have to be Jamaica? Okay, and we're going to find out exactly how that's going to lead into it like that. Because guess who this man really wants to put that MOTB with? When he bring that MOTB out, guess who he wants to chip first? He wants to chip us first, right? Because we're the chosen. We're the ones that he's jealous of. He's not jealous of these other nations. Why did he put it in Pakistan or India? Okay? Because there's no need to do it like that. You want to go after the chosen people, and that's the reason why he chose Jamaica. This is the book of Isaiah 19 and 17. Let's go into the book of Isaiah 19 and 17. It's the book of Isaiah, 19 and 17 here. And Salakia, bear with me, okay? Because I'm using the scriptures, the physical Bible here, not the app, which I will go back into the app at some point. Okay, there's the book of Acts 17, verse 18. And it says, Salakia 9, I'm sorry, Salakia, this is the book of Isaiah 19 and verse 17, sorry. And it says, now, I'm going to go into what is really going to be taking place here, because I don't think we have the great imagination of exactly really what's going to happen here in Great Babylon, America, and neither do these other nations, but we're going to try to bring it out here. And it says, and the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that make it mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts. And what does host mean? Host means war. The Jesus that you know of the Bible is not a man that smiles and that is going to accept everybody. The Jesus that you know in the Bible is a man of war. Okay? His name is Yahweh Shai. Okay? Yahweh Shai or Mashiach. You all say Jesus Christ is Yahweh Shai and Mashiach. And this is only for you Hebrew Israelites out there, you so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. Okay? Those of you from the tribe of Issachar, Zebulon, and all the other tribes in the chat. Now I don't have my my chart up here to go and bring out to show these people. When I did order it, the company that makes it, they never even started it. I don't know why. So I went to another company like that. So Lord willing, next week I'll have all of the posters, and I build more sturdy ones that's going to be able to put out here and maybe attract the attention of some of these people, so that they can come and, you know, hopefully the Spirit lead them to come up here. But nonetheless, if they're part of that hopefully left, they would come here. The Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach does bring the lost sheep to you. So I'm just standing up here and I'm going to bring out the word, okay? And that's what we see going on. So it says, Judah will be a terror unto Egypt. What is Egypt? Great Babylon, America. America is known as spiritual Egypt. Okay, why is that terror going to come into now? Now let's take a look at certain things that actually what is called cause and effect. Cause and effect. There has to be a cause and there's an effect. The cause is this: high price, lack of employment, okay, lack of health, okay. Remember, Judah likes to live way beyond his means. Right now, they're Jakes going out there right now spending money on concerts and all these craziness, okay, rather than trying to put a little bit away that can actually create a little bit of a buffer in these tough times. And a lot of Jakes have been caught off guard. You're seeing rent right now on average is going up about $2,000. Well, the average Jake is making $8 an hour, so how the hell are you going to pay $2,000? Even at 40 hours a week, okay? You're bringing in about $1,600 before taxes, before this man grub out taxes. So how are you going to pay $2,000? So at some point in time, it's going to come breaking point. So right there, you have a little pack of wood inside that truck, and they love to jam their mufflers to make noise and think that they're going to drown out the truth. See, you're a pack of wood because you people are doggone cowards. You see, you don't have the guts to stand up for anything in this doggone country. You hate homosexual, but you hate homosexual, you hate the LGBTQ, you hate Pride Month, but none of you have the nerve or the guts to stand up and say you do, because you're afraid to lose whatever little shillings or pence or pennies that the freaking doggone so-called white man give you. All right, so you're gutless. So I'm not impressed by any of you. Y'all a piece of crap, and y'all on the point of dying. And that's why I'm reading your destruction right now, El Paso. I'm reading your destruction, okay? This is the book of Isaiah 3 and 1 to 12. This is going to go a little bit more in depth, okay? This is going to go a little bit more in depth. We're going to go a little bit more in depth here. So right now, what we are going to discuss, okay, is we are going to discuss how Israel, Jake, went from being kings and princes to being doggone pimps, simps, and far worse, sodomites. All right? So this is the book of Isaiah 3, starting with verse 1. And it says, for behold, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water. Now, I just brought out to you that Judah is going to be a terror in this place. Why is Judah going to be a terror in this place? I don't care who you are. Okay? There's a reason why we are told, okay, the stability of the times is going to be these scriptures. Why? Because each and every one of us was inside the world. We all are capable of doing a lot of horrible things. Every single one of us. Okay? Every single one of us is capable of doing a lot of horrible things. We were out there in the world. We learned the ways of the world. Okay? We have these carnal demons that are still surrounding us. Okay? And that's why we're going to have to always remember what we learned from the elders, teachers, and the apostles from Great Millstone. Likewise, brothers, to gain that strength. I talked about the feeble. I brought a lesson the other day, you know, to help the needy, to feed the feeble, you know, support the feeble-minded. Okay, why? Because we all get feeble-minded. We all have that time of weakness. We all have that urge to go back into the world, or have that temptation that comes on us to want to go and do things in a more carnal way. It's easy to be wicked. It is very easy. It's very easy to follow in the ways of this world. Why? Because it's the broad way. Okay, we are walking the straight and narrow. Now, there's a reason why the Jacob's going to be a terror. Jacob's not going to have a doggone choice, and that's going to be part of Jacob's trouble. Because if Jake go out there and start to terrorize this place, guess what? Well, these people are equipped. Just the other day, okay, you had a doggone gook that got freaking caught. Okay, he was a Vietnamese, okay, that got caught with 65 guns, including a lot of assault rifle and all this stuff. This is out of San Jose. And he was charged with murder, okay? But when they checked his apartment, guess what they found? This guy had like almost nearly 100 freaking doggone guns in his house. That is telling you that these nations, okay, that are here, don't let these glasses wearing, dorky looking people, you know, that look like nerd, fool you. They're armed to the doggone teeth. They have the money to buy the friggin' weapon. So Jake is gonna get a surprise when he goes out there pillaging and stealing, trying to support his habit, either his drug habit or put some food on the plate, okay? These other nations are gonna fight back. So that's the reason why Jacob's trouble is gonna be so horrible. And then we also can become deemed as a menace to society. So just the fact of being a so-called black man in this country, okay, in this wicked nation, it's going to be a perilous time for all of us, and that's why we're going to need Yahushua and Mashiach so much, okay? Because they're just going to see you and point a gun at you, okay? Wrong place, wrong time. And that's going to be the way. It's going to be the judgment. It's going to be happening all the time. Wrong place, wrong time. Wrong place at the wrong time, and that's just the way it's going to be. So it says, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet and the prudent and the ancient, the captain of 50 and the honorable man, and the counselor and the cunning anticiper and the eloquent orator. Creflo Dollar, you're going to starve. Creflo Dollar, you're going to go through Jacob's trouble. CD Snakes, you're going to go to Jacob's trouble. And all you other evangelistic out there and you women out there that are teaching where you're supposed to be silent, okay, are going to go through Jacob's trouble. And you're going to find the horror and the judgment of the Lord when he brings terror, okay, upon this wicked kingdom. You people are going to find out exactly who the Lord really is. That host means war, okay? Not some pussified, pacified, hippie-looking doggone demon with freaking brown eyes and long brown hair that you call Jesus Christ, all right? He's a man of war. That's the reason why there's a war spirit in all his prophets. We don't give a crap with you damn people, how you look at us. We're not afraid of you. That's why we're out here. By ourselves or in a camp. I'm my own camp, all right? And it says, and I will give children to be their princes and babes to rule over them. Are women ruling over the men? Yes. Is a woman ruling over me? Absolutely not. Is a woman ruling over any of the men that teaches this truth? No. We are the kings of the house. We rule the house and take responsibility. Is there babies ruling this kingdom? Yes. Children. Okay? These Edomites are children. And it says, and the people should be oppressed, everyone by another, and everyone by his neighbor. The child should behave himself proudly against the ancient, and the base against the honorable. And I don't consider these kids as children. You know, when I was growing up like that, you know, you knew your place. You said, good morning, ma'am, good morning, sir. Excuse me, you shut your mouth up when an adult was speaking. You knew your role. Kids be with kids. But nowadays, no. You walk and a kid will walk right into you. Their parents don't correct them. They don't teach them anything, especially these little doggone blue-eyed demons, these fucking Edomites, man. All right? They'll walk right into you. Now I weigh 200 friggin' pounds of friggin' doggone, mostly muscle. Okay? In very good shape and everything like that. And you got some little doggone kid that's gonna walk and bump into you. As if they can challenge your ass. And then they get their little chubby daddy and their little chubby mommy there. Don't even correct them on that stuff. Okay? We're telling you during the time, okay, of Jacob's trouble, during the time when Jake is out here terrorizing this place and all hell breaks loose out here, bumping into somebody and bumping into somebody, including little kids, can cost the life of that entire family. Because I brought out a couple lessons And in those, it was these news headlines that talk about, you know, this Eve that went and shot her ex-boss. She wanted her job back. She took a gun there. You had two Eves arguing. The little girl took the doggone gun and killed the other one. People are doggone psychotic, and I'm also going to bring up some other news out here for you because it's very interesting what's going on here in Great Babylon. And it says, when a man shall take hold of his brother of the house of his father, saying, thou hast nothing as clothing, but be thou our ruler, and let this ruin be under thy hand. You know what? The man do not want to take responsibility of this house. Okay? You see this same spirit that are in all the nations right now. Okay? You try to go and you rent a house from somebody. The man, he sits in the corner like a little, he tucks his little tiny dick in his ball between his legs and let his woman come around and talk. Now, I don't like dealing with a damn woman. Because why? Women are emotional. And every time when I think about it, and it's not to sound kind of here like that, but to me, I don't like a woman to raise her damn voice at me, because the first thing, there's a spirit that comes around me that makes me want to just slap the shit out of the bitch. Okay? That's that spirit. And that's the reason why you have to pray to Yahweh Shai and Mashiach to take that spirit, to make sure that spirit never gets on you. Okay? Lead not into temptation. I'm going to bring that out. Okay, and it says, in that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be a healer, for in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler of the people. Okay? So, are you only going to be a man and stand up when everything is going great? You have a job, you know, your woman, you know, she can dress up nice and everything like that, you know, but she wears pants in the house, as they like to say over here. Okay? Or are you going to be that man that knows how to take ownership of your house when there's nothing there? Problem solver. And that's the thing that we lack in this nation. It's problem solving. See, nobody likes to solve problems. See, everybody runs away from doggone problem. Everybody either drinks it away, smoke it away, or they go around, they turn to somebody likewise just as wicked and stupid as they are, okay, and drown in their sorrow. See, no real man anymore that wants to stand on their own 2 feet. You're not men. You're bunched, and that's why the scripture describes you all as crying like little doggone bitches and women. These women are going to be horrified of what they married. You can see a 6'5", 6'7", 300-pound, muscle-bound, big fucking pussy crying like a little girl. Why? Because you can't solve no damn problem. I know you can solve problems when you doggone run away from it all the doggone time. See, Esau has a magic pill for all you damn people. Stick your head up in the doggone ass, okay, and pretend it doesn't exist. And that's exactly the snare that Yahweh Shai and Mashiach is setting up for you people, okay? So that he can slaughter you. You can be fuel for the doggone fire that's going to be coming here to Great Babylon, America. And it says, for Jerusalem is ruined. That's right, Israel. Jerusalem is Israel. We are Jerusalem. Okay, and our nation is ruined. Okay, you so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. Okay, this is a ruined nation. And it says, and Judah is fallen because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, to provoke the eyes of his glory. We are ashamed. The Lord is ashamed of us. Look at us. With the exception of the hopefully elect that has been raised right now in the men. Okay? And what we are doing is foolishness to the Most High and the Son. Okay? It's foolishness. I mean, you look at it, it's foolishness. Okay? Our preaching is foolishness. Okay? But we're doing what we are told. We got to go out in the highway. Okay? Doesn't matter if you're nervous or scared, or you don't feel like it, or the sun is hot, or it's raining, or it's snowing. Okay? Or you worry what people are going to say about you. Man, fuck these damn people. Alright? They are dead people driving in their metal coffin. That's all these cars are, is a metal coffin. And when they walk, they're dead people walking. These doggone people bow down to the Jews. People are spineless and gutless. You are looking at a real king here. Okay? And a ruler. You're all gutless. And it says, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke his eyes of his glory. So that's why hopefully like the 144,000 is trying to get that glory. Somebody's got to be part of the hopefully elect. Somebody's got to be one of the 144,000. You've got to strive for that. You know, when I went in this man military, I started off enlisted. Okay? But that wasn't good enough for me. So I went and became an officer. Right? Because I didn't like taking orders from a dumbass doggone specialist or a dumbass sergeant. So I want to become an officer. I already had degrees and stuff, so like, why not? All right? I'm going to give the damn command. I'm going to be the commander. Okay? I'm going to be the staff officer. That's the mentality you should have. You want to be the 144 100,000. You don't want to be just some Israelite coming back into the kingdom, being born into the kingdom, die on this side in a horrific way, like these doggone heathens, these worthless piece of crap heathens, okay? And it says, the shew of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sin a Sodom. What does that mean? Do you know who's really celebrating this doggone, this abominable June holiday? Jakes. A lot of, see, and Jakes them are just not, Jakes them are not faggots. They're faggots with triple G's, man. They're faggots. That's Jake, okay? And they take it to the next level, man. Jake them don't just do what these Edomites do, man. They take it to the next level. They add that salt to it, all right? They hide it not. Jakes them don't hide it. There was a time, being a fag in this doggone country got your ass fucking beat up. Not anymore. But I got some news for you here. I was looking at a headline today. I was watching the brother Azan Ahmad, his live. And of course I watch a lot of live on Saturdays because I do my camp on Sundays. So that's so I could watch the other brothers there. And you know, I saw this news head piece this morning, and they arrested 31 what's supposed to be white supremacists, or what's supposed to be skinheads, or whatever the case is like that. And Lord willing, I'm going to do a lesson on it, but just to kind of give you a heads up. And they arrested them because their plan was to go to the LGBTQ parade and create a riot, meaning they were going out there to go beat up these faggots, and they were going out there to go create trouble. That goes to tell you how many people are really actually against this doggone abomination, okay? And if you go back in the time and you listen to the KKK talk, the KKK would always come on and say, we hate Jews, we hate them Jews, we hate them faggots, and we hate them niggers. And they'll always come up with those things and say that, okay? So sooner or later, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to put that spirit in the seats, put the spirit. But this is the third time you have these doggone Edomites of going to go try to create trouble, to go bring judgment to these doggone pride parade, but it's always been foiled. And it says, say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hand shall be given him. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path. Okay? So if you're following the path with some bald-head, shaved-faced, doggone coward that stands up in the air condition with his three-piece suit on, okay, and his jock itch because he get crab lice or some STD from friggin' doggone either screwing the deacon or screwing friggin' doggone some STD carrying whore who wanna have an affair on her husband, okay, or be an adulteress, okay, then you're gonna be in error. Me personally, from a child, I never had respect for these doggone people. I thought they were full of shit. I don't know why I thought it was like that. I never went to church. If you sent me to church and you didn't drop me off to church, I took that damn collection money and I went to go play video games with it. Okay, I went to go play Pac-Man and Galaga, or Phoenix, or Centipede. All right, I never believed in that crap. I never understood why, but now I do. All right, now I understand why. All right, so that's what we got going on here. We've got Jacob's trouble. Okay. And we've got Jacob's trouble, and we've got, okay, the great tribulation that's going to come here, okay, and then we got these people, these simple people, okay, our people who have not been, okay, paying attention to the headlines, paying attention to the line that's going to be around to devour them, okay, understanding the great danger here in Great Babylon, America. They don't, and they don't want to, okay. This is the book of Revelations 22. Let's go into the book of Revelations 22 here. Because it gets very interesting here. Okay, this is the book of Revelations. This is the book of Revelations 22 and verse 11. It says, now, we can come on here all day and talk. We can come on here and we can preach. We can come on the highway, the byway, put out videos, whatever the case is like that. But I like the brother from, what is it, GMS Narrator SC7. I like how he brings it out. His spirit is like that. Fuck them. They don't want to listen, that's their business. We're not here to convince anybody, okay, to make a change. Okay? You're right, I'm a spectacle. I get more eyes looking at me than I've ever had in my life. Okay? I am a spectacle. Because this wicked city, El Paso, has never seen someone like me. When the prophets come in your town, Okay? There's a judgment that's going to be coming here. Okay? There's a judgment that's going to be coming here. And you do now have a prophet in El Paso. You now have a prophet in El Paso. So you now have you can now look, okay? You can now look, because I'm reading your judgment. You wicked ass sinful people. We spend a lot of time eating tacos with pig meat inside of it. Alright? This is 22 and verse 11. He said, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. So we're not going to waste our breath on you. You think I'm going to waste my breath on some wicked doggone Jake, okay, who's proud of his achievement with a sports car, who's proud of his achievement with his gold chain and all that stuff? That's your metal coffin, man. Alright? And it says, and he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. Okay? And it says, and he that is holy, let him be holy still. And he says, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to his work shall be. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. So as the first created spirit, okay, by Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, okay, Yahweh Shai and Mashiach is letting us know we are not to waste our breath on wicked people. We are not to go there to try to change people. This isn't a change management ministry. What we do is we come over and we bring the Bible out. If the Spirit is in you, okay, remember, the people that are going to be saved is like a drop of water compared to a wave. Now, you take an eye drop and you drop with some water, and you look at the ocean. That tells you, okay, the magnitude of the amount of people that's going to be put to death here on this earth. Okay, the magnitude of the people that's going to be put to death on this earth. Let me bring out a news headline for you here. This is a very interesting one here. So, Russia apparently is planning on starving out North Africa and most of Asia. Now, when they talk about Asia, they're talking about the upper part of the Middle East, Europe, like India, Pakistan, and those places, Afghanistan. That's considered Asia, okay? And then of course North Africa, where they kind of get most of the supplies that goes through. Now we know that this supposed starvation plan that Russia is bringing out, this is not Putin. Putin ain't shit. So I don't give credit to Putin. I don't give credit to Biden. I don't give credit to any of these doggone worthless freaking doggone Edomites that think that they have some power. Okay? That power is coming from Yahweh Shai and Mashiach. So what that headline should have read was Yahweh Shai, or who y'all call Jesus Christ, okay, is going to bring that famine that he promised, okay? That black horse is now in effect, okay? So what is going to happen is this, as they said that cause and effect, remember, cause and effect is this. When people are starving in one nation, they are going to do what? They're going to try to go into the other nation. It's the same thing too when we go in, and this is what we're going to go into here, okay? Leading into this is going to be leading into what I'm going to go into next. And this is, let's go into the second Ezra. Second Ezra 15, 16 to 19. So this is the book of second Ezra. This is the book of second Ezra here. So I got the Apocrypha. So this is the book of second Ezra, chapter 15, starting with verse 16. Because this is very interesting that he said that. Now, if you always look at a world map, or when they talk in the news, what do they talk about? They always say the neighboring country, okay? The neighboring satellite, the neighboring country. Key word there is neighboring. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, starting with verse 16. It says, Salakia. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, starting with verse 14. And it says, woe to the world and them that dwell wherein. Why is it there woe? Every action, when there's the word woe used, okay, is war. Woe is war. War is destruction that's going to come to the people. It is war. And it says, woe. It goes, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. The swords is the modern day gun. And it's also your fist with some brass knuckles on it. It could be a piece of stick, a 2x4, baseball bat. Hey, it could be a piece of metal. It could be a damn dishes. It could be a pot. Whatever you can get in your hand is considered a sword these days. Okay? So, continuing, it says, for there should be sedition amongst men, and in waiting one another they shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, if you're going to get away to take away the Second Amendment, I can tell you right now, the Second Amendment will never be taken away in this country. Do you know why? Because I just read it to you. For there should be seditions amongst men, disagreement, okay? And in waiting one another, they should not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of their actions should stand in their power. Meaning that they're not going to regard any type of authority. Okay? So the authority of America, the American president, the authority of you senators, you governors, you mayors, is going to be null and void. Nobody's going to give a fuck, because guess what? They're starving, they don't care, they don't give a shit. They're not going to give up their weapon. They've already been wakened. You see, Yahushua Mashiach, okay, is a great chess player. He calls the shot. So you think he's just going to give the wicked the upper hand? No. He's going to give the big wicked with the big guns the upper hand. He's also going to equalize it with the little people, okay, and arm them to the teeth to go against the wicked people. So that way you can have the wicked killing all the wicked, okay? Because that's exactly what's going to go down. All right? So that's why you're going to see when Russia, okay, who's turned around and is supposedly is choking off the supply chain for food, you can have all these so-called developing nations, people by the hundreds of the millions storming those doggone borders trying to get through. And what do you think they're going to do? Well, wait a minute. If you've got a lot of damn people coming through to try to get what little resource you have for your people, you're going to open up fire and start killing them. And that's what's going to be that great slaughter. You're going to have no choice. If you have just enough greens to feed your population, and you've got 6 countries, immigrants that are trying to storm the wall to come into your nation, then you are going to have to defend yourself. That's like you having to defend your household for food. Because why? Take a look at this. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. Why didn't it say woman? Why did it not say woman should be afraid? Isn't a woman a female with a vagina between her leg and 2 titties? Why aren't women afraid? Why did he say men? Because the Yahweh Shai, Yahushua Mashiach is emphasizing how terrible this is going to be. That men will be afraid. Okay? Their balls is going to shrivel up. Their fucking penis will not friggin' will not get hard ever because they're so stressed out. Okay? Their DNA, core DNA is gonna doggone change. The same way how our DNA changed when Esau beat us for 400 years to the point to where right now our people are mentally retarded to this day. Okay? Our genetic makeup is changed because it's a horrific judgment that we got from Yahushua Hamashiach. Okay? And it says, so because of their pride, the city should be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Again, that neighbor, okay, when you look at it, it said neighboring countries. So this is not going to just be, you know, the houses that you see out there in the background or in this camera, you know, where my neighbor is going to come and try to spoil my house, or vice versa. If I was out in the world, you know, I get spoiled their house. No. This is bigger than that. So you can't have that open mind that this is bigger than that. This is going to be cities spoiling each other. Towns and nations are actually going to be spoiling each other. Just for what? It says, because of the lack of bread. Bread means food. So people right now, more precious than any money or currency or gold, is going to be food. You fat, greedy people out here that have been eating pork and pig and shrimp, you know, so fat that you don't even want to walk 2 or 20 feet into a store. You circle around for hours and hours on end looking for a parking space near the door. You are in for a shock. But guess what? Don't worry. Your big fat body is not going to go to waste. There's a lot of people out here they're going to cook you up on the grill and eat you. So you're not going to go to waste. There's plenty of meats to be eaten. Just so you know, walking on 2 legs. Okay? When the cows are gone, the goats are gone, the dogs are gone, the dogs are going to eat you, and people are going to roast and eat you too. Okay? So, people are not going to have pity on their neighbor. These countries, these developing countries are going to jump over to these rich countries okay, terrorize them, these rich countries are going to use what? They're going to use their ammunition to try to ward off, okay, that great invasion. That's the reason why they always like to show you these zombie apocalypse, because these zombie apocalypse also make it look like, you know, what it actually is going to look like. Let's go into the book of 1 Timothy. Okay, let's go into the book of 1 Timothy here, and let's see if I can find the book of 1 Timothy here. The book of 1 Timothy. All right, there's the book of 1 Timothy here. So we're going to go into the book of 1 Timothy. Okay, and what are we going to read about here? So we're going to go into the book of 1 Timothy, and what we're going to read about here is the love of money. Okay, so this is the book of 1 Timothy 6. 1 Timothy 6. Okay, I had it. All right, there it is. 1 Timothy chapter 6, down verse 5. And it says, perverse disputings of men, corrupt minds, and destitute of the truth, supposing that gain is godliness, from such withdraw thyself. So we don't have time to be in dispute here with people. You know, let me tell you something, it's small things here to be in dispute with people. Small things. You people are frivolizing and arguing over what? Chump change that's going to be disappearing. Don't you know right now you have the digital currency that is going to be going on. You have everything that we own right now is going to be gone. You have to understand that. And it says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. Now that's easier said than done. And that's the reason why, again, being in this flesh and weak and feeble-minded, we have to constantly feed off, you know, the positive spirit, the teachings from the elders and the teachers and apostles and the likewise brothers. I have to. I'm probably surrounded by 300 demons every day in my head trying to make me do bad things. 300 demons around me. I got all these demons around me. And so you have to always turn back to what we learned. Okay? And it says, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therein with content. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. So when you have those lusts, okay, and you have those hurtful lusts and foolish lusts, let me tell you what these lusts can be. These lusts can be, maybe you want to go back and be a gangster again. Maybe you want to go back and hurt someone. Maybe you want to use your old skill that you learned while you was in the service to go do some bad things. Maybe you want to justify taking on people. Maybe you want to go out there now and go manipulate women. You know, maybe you want to go out there and use this gospel and this truth for wickedness. These are lusts, and who's exercising those lusts? We see IUIC doing it. We see Sakari doing it. They're falling into the lust, so they have learned nothing from Yahushua Mashiach, not a damn thing. Because they gained into it, they gave into it. Kind of like in that movie Star Wars, where Darth Vader, okay, Anakin Skywalker, he gave into the dark side, but the son did not. Okay, the son didn't. All right, the son Luke Skywalker, he didn't give into the dark side. Anakin did. So he took all of that teaching he learned from Yoda and Obi-Wan, okay, who would be his elders, okay, and he allowed the dark side to corrupt him because he had pride, he had evil squabbles, he had lust for power and gain, okay, and that's the reason why he fell. And that's the same thing with us. We have to actually understand that we, okay, so let's go into the book of James here, that we, okay, we are that beam of light. We are the light of this earth. We are the salt of this earth, but we are also the light of this earth. We have to set the example of how not to fall into these weak temptations here. This is the book of James here. This is the book of James. And of course, I always write my scriptures down, 1 and 12. I am not a person that has great memory. I have brain damage. And my brain picks and choose what I'm going to retain. I can retain a lot of things, but unlike a lot of brothers, I can't remember a whole lot of scriptures outright like that. So I have to write it down and prepare my lessons before I come and do anything. It's just, that's the portion I was given. And it says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, had promised to them that love him. So we got all kinds of temptation. These temptation doesn't only come with, you want to go get that girl, or, going back into the world to your old job, or maybe you could take that man, maybe you could bow down to the mandate, temporarily, or whatever the case is like that. These temptations, they come in a lot of bad form. If you're a person that has that vengeful spirit that might want to come on you to go do something physically, and you know Esau is trying to set us up in such a way that we can go and do something physically. Because how are they going to demonize us? They're going to somehow set it up in such a way that some Jake, with a weak spirit on them, is going to do something to one of these Edomites or somebody out there. It's going to be caught on camera. And then now, we are demonized. And we understand that this is going to take place. It has to. We have to go through this tribulation. We have to go through that. Okay? This is one of those fraternity. Okay? And right now, we are out here pledging. We are pledging for our place to be accepted. Okay? And the only time we are going to know that we are accepted is when we are beamed out of these doggone wicked pockets that we are in, onto the chariots, and Yahushua and Mashiach himself place a crown on our head. And we're going to be shaken. Okay? Tears of joy. We made it into a fraternity that nobody can take us out of. Especially if you're part of that 144,000. Okay? Kings, rulers. It will be all worth it. It'll be worth going through all the hell we're going through. Where you're so angry sometimes, you want to do such bad things. But it's true. Keep you at bay. And I pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Wakakadash, to keep those angels around me. And to keep me from those temptations. Okay? Because that's the old spirit that wants to do those bad things. So Lord willing, this is the end of it. That's all I have to bring out here today. It was small, it was short. Next week I have my posters and everything, and I'll have those out here. There's some things I want to go with that. I hope one of these jakes will actually stop, because I redesigned the stuff really with Ishakar in mind, because Ishakar eats a lot of the stuff with pork in it, an abominable food, and they need to understand, you need to stop doing that. So I like to turn around and take to these and give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the teachers and elders of Apostles of Great Millstone, and also to you brothers out there that are putting on this truth faithfully, fearlessly feeding the sheep. And to you brothers and sisters tuning in, Shalom.